Congresswoman Jan Schakowsky of Illinois. Congresswoman, great to have you with us tonight.
So good to be with you, Ed.
Are Republicans aware that their actions are being viewed globally? I mean, have we learned any lessons? Has Washington learned lessons? Have the Republicans finally gotten out of this deep, dark cave and realized that people are kind of watching what we're doing?
Well, it's not just the rest of the world, but I think most Americans, as you pointed out, Ed, in the polls, most people want to have health care. They want Obamacare. They don't want it to be repealed. They want it to be fixed. Most people are against cuts in Medicare and Social Security and the SNAP program for included, the old food stamp program. And so I think that Republicans really, I hope, learned, at least in part, a lesson in the final vote that opened the government and made us and allowed us to pay our bills. That this was a losing battle. They lost big on that. But more importantly, I think that come the next election, if we do just what you said, make sure that people are really looking at the major problem in our country, which is income inequality. That's what's really hurting our economy, depriving us of really taking off and creating new jobs and building a middle class. Then I think that the Democrats are going to prevail in the House and keep the Senate, and we'll be able to really move forward.
You know, looking at the history of England and the coordination between the Americans and the Brits, there was an attitude, and it's very clear in reading all the history, that there was never any question about whether we were going to be able to succeed. And in today's media right now, we're having a big discussion about whether a website can work so people can get health care, and that's our big problem. It's almost as if we blow up problems to the point like we can't achieve much in this country anymore at all. It's almost depressing, and I hate to use that word on television, but we as Americans follow this political fight that is going on in Washington. Is it damaging the country to the point where we don't believe we can get anything done anymore, including fixing a website?
Well, of course, it's so ridiculous because the real issue is that we're going to finally provide health care or make it available to all Americans, millions of people who have pre-existing conditions or have never had health insurance at all. So as the president said, this is far more than a website, and of course that it's going to be fixed. In fact, in 2006, when Medicare Part D was rolling out, the Secretary of Health and Human Services, Leavitt, on the 53rd day after the rollout was saying, well, you know, when you roll out something this big, of course there's going to be problems, but we're making progress. So we've been there before, but the Republicans act as if this is a new thing, that we should repeal it because it does, the website doesn't work. It's crazy.
They will take any morsel of information to be negative on this because they want to change the law. No question about it. Congresswoman Jan Schakowsky, thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Ed.
Let's bring in the executive director of MSNBC.com, Richard Wolff. Richard.